Okay, this is a photograph of the four-wire cable that goes back this way that the other end plugs into the USB. So this is the wiring for it. It uses 5 volts actually to power the chip that's inside of the cable head and ground, and over here are the receive and the transmit pins that are used for a serial data connection back and forth between the Pico and the PC that you're going to be exchanging data with. So the white cable that comes out of here turns into yellow in the jumper and goes into the transmit pin. So that makes, from the perspective of this cable, that makes it its receive pin. So this guy transmit, this guy receives. So the white cable is actually labeled receive on the cable side. And then the transmit side would be this green one, which turns into blue here, which gets connected to the receive in the Pico. So that's all that looks like. So let me show you next that there are no files that have been transferred. So there's no text files here that have been pulled down from the PC. And this is the file server. Oops. Here's the file server. Here's the text files that are going to be transferred. Here's the getting ready to run the file server. So the file server is running. And you just go over here to the Pico and you run the test program for transferring the files. The first file it gets as a string and displays it, and the other ones it transfers and makes into local files in the file system. So it got test1, test2 successfully, and when it went to get test3.txt, which simply doesn't exist over here, see there's no test3.exe, .txt, it fails the transfer, and the test program just stops once it finds a file name that it can't sequence to that actually exists on the far side. So then let's check on our Pico and verify that these, here we go. So here's the text files. Here's test1.txt, this is the contents of it. So you can see it transferred the contents down. And as I did show here, you don't have to necessarily put it into a file. If the local program wants to use it as a string, it can just download it and capture it as a string. So that is pretty much the whole demo.